Daria Simpson-Dernovaya. Get used to hearing my voice. I work as a private investigator, and this is my first solo episode as part of the series that I'm doing throughout my time on placement here at Answers Investigations. We've nicknamed the series Daria's Detective Diaries, and I'll be telling snippets of real-life cases and my personal undertakings in the field. Since my last episode, there have been some new developments in the work that I've been doing, one of which being a covert online meeting for one of our clients, in which I had to create a character and keep up the act for a solid hour. That wasn't easy because I was very conscious about slipping up and using my real name or blanking on a question and raising suspicion, but at the same time, trying to get an in with the person and come up with questions on the spot to further the investigation. It's a moonlighting case, so coming up with questions that could suggest that they were currently at work or pressing further if they mentioned employment outside of their business. And this is something that could become a bi-weekly occurrence depending on the client's wishes. Surveillance is another skill that I've managed to develop further in the last few weeks. Same case, same person, different day, different context. The new problem solving that's required of me is staying unnoticed. Seeing the person once on your trip into town is excusable, but seeing them every week becomes notable. So changing what I wear, where I'm sat, keeping more distance are some of the solutions that I've come up with thus far. Tomorrow, I'm tasked with receiving and handling of some evidence that will be tested for fingerprints at our office, and hopefully I'll be involved in the actual testing process alongside my colleagues. I've learned that malicious mail cases like this require care and consideration when transporting evidence because even the smallest bit of dust or moisture can tamper with the fingerprints and ruin a case. Online tracing was very interesting and not at all what I imagined it to be. It involved finding a person knowing only their name, rough birth year, and potential ties to a UK-based university. I ended up digging through old university archives and photos while my colleagues sift through electoral rolls and the private database the public doesn't have access to. I want to quickly go back to the moonlighting case that I did the other week, the covert meeting. I was super nervous beforehand. However, as soon as the meeting started, I felt super confident. I felt like I knew what I was talking about. I felt like I genuinely became a different person. And actually, after the fact, I needed a couple of minutes to snap out of being my character and just go back to being Daria, which I found very, very interesting. But what I learned the most was how much practice goes into a meeting like that. I think that everything from the initial contact, from the initial research to the contact, to the arranging of the times, to the setting up of the equipment, to actually doing it. There's such a long process before that ensures a smooth going of a meeting, and that's something that I didn't expect. In terms of what I'm going to talk about next episode, once I safely transport the letter that I'm getting tomorrow to our office, my colleague is going to show me how the fingerprinting process is done. I'm excited to find out the ins and outs of fingerprinting forensics. I've taken fingerprints before, but I've never lifted fingerprints off an item. Hopefully next time you hear from me, I'll know exactly what I'm doing and I'll be able to share the process with you. I'll be doing some more surveillance, hopefully for a new client, hopefully in a new context, new person, finding out some more things, new location as well. This placement is so interesting. These topics are interesting. My next episode will be coming out soon. Follow my journey from day 1 to day 365 on Daria's Detective Diaries.